It had been a while now. You know how it gets when the days begin to absorb one another, and the persistence of time falls away like a weary shadow, drained of its vigilance. The boy had been traveling his uncertain path for what seemed like an eternity, when the trail suddenly unravels itself into a small clearing. He stood there, not knowing what to do, trying to catch his breath, which was escaping his weathered shell quite rapidly. He then placed his hands on his knees, leaned over, attempting to give mind, body, and spirit a chance to align for that last part of the journey. I've been quite arduous. That kind of writing, that kind of hippie bullshit goes on. There's like this wonderful. The album is called The Passage, and if you like that kind of writing and that kind of like, you know, way of expressing yourself, that kind of hippie pseudo bullshit, you know, writing, and you like bands like that look like that are probably performing to, oh, they of course have a little bit of dreads, and he doesn't wear shoes because, you know, he's a hippie. And the album is called The Passage. The band is called Boy Hits Car. I kind of wish a car would just run over every member of this band, especially the guy who wrote that stuff. But they you know, they're all like Amherst little pussy fucking, they're all jumping. Oh, they're jumping. They're in mid-jump in this picture. Look, there's a guy, he's jumping. They're jumping with their dreadlocks. They're fucking white boy dreadlocks. And he's got no shoes. God, I belong to the old school of punks that want to kill hippies, because I really hate hippies. Right to this cover. Oh, it's the rainforest. Oh, I love the rainforest. Oh, but you know, they do love trees and they love the rainforest and all that fucking shit, but they don't mind carving into a tree to carve their dumb passage. And of course there's two arrows, one going that way, one going that way, because, you know, life's a journey. Hey man, have some pot? Fucking man, these people need to die. The music is exactly like that. It's nothing, and it's nothing, and it's hippie crap. They do bland, boring, fake rock and roll, but they put little stars in, so you know they like the world music. Boy Hits Car gets 1 star. Next group is After Midnight Project with their album Let's Build Something to Break. This, I would say, is aptly titled, because Let's Build Something to Break. I think they did build something to break. Ha 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 ha. I think they should break this album. Like this. There. Let's build something to break. There. The album sucked. The music was predictable. Woo. The music was predictable. Let me get all this shit. I made a mess of my floor. The album was shitty, crappy, bullshit. Oh, look. You know, bullshit. I think that was the most fun I had regarding this CD, was breaking it and ripping it. And they also wrote a lot of crap. Oh no, that's their thank you. Oh, but they want to thank their relentless management. You know, guys, you go fuck yourselves because you suck. Alright, the third release is by a woman named Nina Nastasia. The album is called Run to Ruin. This is the album. And I was so glad after I got this pile of this week's CDs to see the name Steve Albini attached to it. Steve Albini produced this album, and if you don't know who he is, he was the founding member of Big Black, Shellac, Rape Man, who I love, a lot of really good bands. He's produced a number of great bands like the Breeders and all of his stuff, and he did produce a Nirvana album, the only kind of listenable album that they did. Yeah, he's done Pixies. I think he did Pixies albums. Yeah, he did a bunch of Pixies albums. But anyway, Steve Albini is really talented, and this shows because it's very different. It's kind of almost like acoustic-y and dark, very kind of depressing. It's a female singer, obviously. Not, Nina Anastasia is not a guy. She sings there's only 8 songs on this album, which is really good because it's nice and tight, and there's not filler or bullshit. It's kind of interesting music, things like acoustic, lots of sort of acoustic instruments like violins and cellos and pianos and things like that, which I think is kind of nice in this day and age of just bullshit and everything's, over, tons of effects and, oh, throw on a shitload of distortion and just, that'll work. So this album, captures a great sort of dark, ambient feel. I really like it. I like this album a lot. This album, Run to Ruin, this was in the $1.99 bid, as well as the others, the crappy ones that I've got pieces of. I could do the same for Boy Hits Car, which I will, because I hate them too. But I liked Nina Anastasia. Well, that was fun. I'm actually going to put this on my iPod because I can see myself wanting to listen to this at some point. So, again, and I like this album a lot. So I did like it. I found it interesting. I like the cover too. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm really kind of paying attention to it. It's kind of a cool cover. Steve Albini's production is, of course, brilliant. Well, not brilliant. That's kind of stupid. His production's really good. He does manage there's a lot of acoustic instruments, but he has ways of putting in little odd electronic noises. It's interesting. It's some pretty good dark songs. I really like it. I like the woman's voice. I like this album. So, and again, like I always say, it was only $1.99 in the cut-up bin, so I think yay me. I got a pretty good couple of listens out of this album. So, death to Boy Hits Car and whatever that other band's name was, because both of them fucking sucked. But this gets a 5-star. Well, actually, I don't know. I think in comparison to those, it got a 5-star, but in reality, I would say it's a 4. So I'd say 4 stars for this. No stars or 1 star for the other two. Crap. 2 pieces of shit.